Hello everyone, how are we tonight? It is 7:34. I am late. I am very sorry. To be honest, I had a fantastic weekend and I'll tell you more about it as we go along tonight. But I just completely forgot where I was at tonight and then looked at the time and went, oh, crap, I gotta get on here, I gotta get live. So yeah, I got ahead of myself tonight. So my apologies to all of you who've been waiting. And I see we've got lots and lots of comments and lots of people who've been here for quite some time. So my apologies to all of you. Thank you for your patience. Oh, I'm just having a little look to see what everyone is talking about, and I don't know what you mean, Cherie. I'm going through and looking at all the comments. I don't have time to read them all. I'm so sorry. How is everyone? Did everyone have a great weekend? Was it a good one? That's what I'd like to know. I hope so. Goodness me, so many comments. Hello, everybody. I'm not going to individually name everybody. I just can't do that tonight. But I want to say thank you, everyone who's here, for making the time and for being here on a Sunday night. And I love how you guys all talk to each other. And, you know, it's amazing. Once upon a time, I know it was a little bit, people thought that you couldn't really make friends on the internet. You absolutely can. Totally can. And not only that, for those of you who don't know, I met my husband online. And no, it wasn't a dating site. We're actually playing a game on Facebook, and that's how we met. And that was about 2010 was when we really started talking to each other and became really good friends. And then eventually he came over to visit, and the rest is history. So there you go. Don't ever think you can't make friends online. You absolutely can. The dating game, yeah. It wasn't a website, a dating website. I think if it had been, we probably would never have got together. It was just that we became friends from playing a game at first, and so that's how it all began. So I'll tell you that full story another time if anyone wants to hear it. It was a bit of fun. We long distanced for about, let me think, about 9 years. About that's a long time, right? Good old Skype. What would we do without it? All right. So now, if I missed anything really important that somebody wants to say again, because I've just been able to only skim through the comments tonight, Julianne, that's because some people are commenting on YouTube and some people are commenting on Facebook. I can see both because I use a program that allows me to see both. And that program allows me to go to both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. But that's why you only see some of the comments. I think more of the comments are probably on the YouTube platform. If you go over to YouTube, you'll probably see more of the comments there. So yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason why. All right. I want to say thank you. A couple of people here in this group who watch me on my Friday and Sunday nights have purchased my Changing Leaves online class, which is happening on the 24th of July. And I just want to say thank you so much. I have had some problems with the people who were trying to sign up for the class. Were doing so through my website, and when they click the purchase button, it goes through and as far as PayPal, and then when it gets to PayPal, there seems to be a problem. So I'm trying to sort it out. If you are really keen to do the class, you can email me directly after this video. Under the YouTube video, I will have all my details in the description, so that you can reach out to me and tell me you'd like to do the class, and I'll send you a PayPal invoice and we'll do it that way. So or another way if that doesn't suit. Okay, yes, you don't rush into things, exactly. And you know what? You can get to know someone really well online, because I think you are probably a lot more comfortable about saying things that you might not say to someone that you met, just out and about. So that's just how that works. Okay, all right, let's switch over. I'm going to play around with a couple of things tonight. I've got a bit of an idea what I'd want to do for my first card. Second card, who knows? It's a mystery, but we'll work it out as we go along, like always. And let's see how we go. I'm going to switch over to the desk and remind everyone that we have our fabulous current catalogue at the moment, which came out in May. been around for a while now, and I thought I had one right here, but I don't. So it is the annual catalogue. And this one I have going out to Margaret this week if she's watching. Different Margaret, not Margaret Gordon, not Margaret Griffith, and not Margaret Janoski, but a different Margaret. So, yeah, that'll be going out in the mail this week. So just bear in mind that everything we use tonight is available for purchase unless I tell you otherwise. But just about everything, if not everything, will be available for purchase. And there'll be a shopping link in the description under this video as soon as the video is finished. Okay, so there you go. Oh, there you go. So yeah, Ronnie's saying how she was one of the ones that had the PayPal issue, but we got you sorted out, Ronnie, right? So yeah, the time difference does help. I know, a fourth Margaret. There are so many. All right. So I thought tonight I would play with something that you guys have actually seen me do before. Well, I haven't done this exact one. I thought I'd play with the masks from the Frosted Forest set, and some of you may have seen I posted this card. I didn't actually make it online. This is with the oak tree from the Frosted Forest, and I'm going to show you. We're actually going to color it up, and then we're going to make a card with it. So this is just a really simple basic card. I love sometimes a basic card. I just think they look really nice. Why not, right? But I'll be putting together a few other pieces. I've got this on white, and I'm wondering if I should do the whole thing on white or whether I stick with, I'm actually considering, I'm going to do a change. I'm going to do it on vanilla, very vanilla. And let's see. This is actually, this is the old very vanilla thick, which we don't have anymore. So you can't get the thick vanilla anymore, but the normal vanilla, which I think is actually fine. It's a bit thicker than basic white. So I think it's okay for card bases. So I know I love these masks too, Margaret. Aren't they beautiful? They're fantastic. Oh, you're very welcome. I can't wait to do the class. So for anyone who's wondering what we're talking about, we have an online class coming up July 24 in the afternoon, 2 o'clock. I'm going to do it by Zoom. So that means that we'll be able to see each other, which is nice for me because you guys get to see me, but I don't very often get to see you. So the Zoom will allow me to do that, unless you don't turn your camera on because you don't want to be seen. Or if you don't like Zoom, you can also watch it on YouTube. I don't know whether I'm still investigating whether I can actually stream to YouTube or whether I'll have to record it and then post it on YouTube. That I am not sure about. But I think that this is just a really nice way of us all doing something together. It's my way of celebrating my 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, but it's also just a fun way of playing around with an idea for a class. So I decided that I would do this, and it's available for free to everyone who buys the Changing Leaves bundle from me. And the reason I'm doing that is because, where's my Changing Leaves set? Here it is. It's this stamp set and the matching dies and the matching embossing folder. They all come together. In Australia, they're available for $94.50, and then you get to do the class for free with me. And we're going to be making 3 projects with this and the embossing folder and the dies. Okay, so you wouldn't need the Changing Leaves bundle in order to be able to make the projects in the class. So I'm looking forward to doing it. So it's available 3 ways. You can either buy the set from me and get it for free. You can be in my team. You don't have to pay for the class, but you do need to have the Changing Leaves bundle in order to do the class. Otherwise, you could watch, I guess, but you won't be able to actually make them. And the third way is you can pay 15 Australian dollars, which I think, Ronnie, we said that worked out to be $9.62 US. Is that right? Am I right there? I think I am. So it's actually not an expensive afternoon. It'll probably take about 90 minutes to 2 hours, I'm guessing. Okay, it's the first time we've done it, so who knows. What color is close to Coastal Cabana? Summer Splash is very close to Coastal Cabana, if that answers your question. Yeah, Sheila, you were the other one who had the issues with PayPal. You and Ronnie. So you guys found each other. All right, so I'm actually going to stamp this first, and I'm actually going to do it in, well, it's actually interesting because this one, you see the one that I had done previous, this one is just with the masks, not using stamps at all. Okay, so I'm actually going to do this with a stamp, and then I'm going to do it without the stamp, and then we'll pick the one that we like the best. How about that idea? Do we think we like that? All right, so they're the 3 ways to do my class. You can either, and it's, you know, it's a great way for us to hang together for an extra time. But I also want to say it's a really great way for those of you who are paying to do the class. I want to say thank you, because it's also a really great way to support my business, and I'm very grateful for that. So, all right, so this is in Pecan Pie. This is what it looks like. And then I'm going to do one here with the masks, and I'm going to do one here without the masks. All right, sorry, with, what am I saying? One without the stamps, one with the stamps. But they're both going to have masks. So it's probably easiest to do them in order. And I don't know if you can see, but there is actually a number 1 up here in the corner. You can do them out of order if you want to. It's possible. But I find it just as easy to line them up. And this is actually very easy to do because you just line it up with the stamp underneath. Can you see that? We can see the trunk through the mask there. Can you see that? And so if I just hold it right in that spot and then get my blending brushes and start using them to do the masking. And I just realized, give me 1 second. I've got all the right colors already out, just in a box over here. So I'm going to start with my Pecan Pie. And this is my brush that I'm using, my blending brush that I'm using. Oh, I've got a pretty little gem there on the back. That happens. Oh, it doesn't want to come off either. I'll just leave it there. All right. So let's hold that down. And we're just going to, you don't even have to do very much. You can go as dark or as light as you like. Okay. And you just go over it. And that's going to color in that trunk that we've just done. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it over here. Now you might notice that we've got a notch here, and I can line it up with the notch, but I'm not even going to worry. I'm just going to actually go for it and line it up by eye. It doesn't matter, but if you want to use the notch to put the notch in the same place each time, in that case I would take my paper down and do it that way, but I'm not even going to bother today. So then the next one is number 2. So this has got a 2 on it, and if you can see it, it's a bit hard to see, isn't it? Can we see it? Kind of. Hey Laura, nice to see you there. All right. Sometimes the advantage of coming in late is I see people when they pop in and I'm able to say hello to them straight away. Now this is really easy to line up because these bits line up perfect with the trunk that you've already got down there. So it's actually very easy to line, to, you know, set it up exactly as you want it. And I'm going to go to the next color, which is Old Olive. In this case, you can use whatever colors you like. You had to, I've got my Ugg boots on too, Suzanne. I'd show you, but that would be a little bit weird on a YouTube video, I think. And, you know, we all know what Ugg boots look like. No one needs to see them. These ones are, actually, these are actually not Uggs, not the Ugg brand. They look like Ugg boots, but they're actually slippers from a company that I like to buy my shoes from called Baird Footwear. And they're from Melbourne. Although they're just branching out all over the place. They've got shops in New York now and everywhere. And they're expensive, but I need to buy a good solid support shoe. Look how nice that is. Isn't that beautiful? That's just with one color. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to line up my trunk again. See if I line up the trunk. It's easy peasy. Get a bit more color. And I'm just going to go over here. So this one has no stamping. And then we're going to look and see the difference. All right, and it's sort of nice. I think it looks good if you go dark in some places and light. So rub more ink on in some places than others, because I think it gives the tree a little bit more interest. And I think that looks really good. See how you got a bit of dark going through here? That looks really good. And the same with this one. Okay, so now let's see what we've got. We've got, they look almost the same, but you can see one has no stamp and one has the stamp. So this is A and this is B. Which one do we like best? Do you have a favorite? Do you like them both? I like them both. I think it's hard to pick. Now the last color I'm going to go with, it would look great in autumn colors. I'd love to see it, you know, maybe with some oranges and things. Oh, everyone's saying A. So, and then Kay said both. Yeah, I'm a both person as well. Moira said both. Suzanne says both. But everyone else is saying A. Kim said B. Kim likes B without the stamping. So there you go. So, I mean, that's kind of pretty much how it goes, isn't it? You're always going to have some people prefer one over another because we're all different, and that's okay. All right, now I'm bringing my darkest color, which is Mossy Meadow, which is, do you know what? This is my most used green. I wouldn't say it's my favorite green, but it's the green I use the most because I find it the most useful. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite green because I've got other greens that I really, really like. Now, this one is the hardest one to line up, but we're going to move it down until it kind of makes sense. So where am I going to put this? So I'm kind of moving it until I'm not getting any, I'm seeing very little of the vanilla through, and I'm getting mostly just leaves through there. That's where it makes the most sense to me. So I'm going to pop this on here, hold this down, and I'm not going to go very dark. I'm just going to add a bit of extra color over the top. And a bit more here. Now this is the one if you were going to add snow. Remember we added snow to our tree when we did the tree. That tree is from the same set as well. Now can you see how we've got like some dark coloring in there? It really starts to look a lot more realistic, I think. What do you think? So now we have, this one has the extra layer, this one doesn't. So I'm going to come in and add this extra layer on here as well. So let me see where that needs to go. So I'm kind of just working out where I see the least amount. It's right about there where I see the least amount of vanilla. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that all over, just holding this in place so it doesn't move. And that's probably just fine. All right, there we go. I think they both look good. They're both really nice, but most people seem to prefer A. We either have people saying both or A. So I think maybe that means that we might, yeah, you could attach a Post-it note to the top of the card. That would be a great way of doing it. Yes. A layer of the enamel would go, oh, that would be nice. Yeah, wouldn't that be good? A copper tree. Very, very nice. Yeah, it's a really good tip, isn't it, Donna? Awesome. Bermuda Bay would work if you still had it. Yes, we don't. Yes, Summer Splash is probably the closest color now. So you were asking that because I'm doing Coastal Cabana in the Changing Leaves class. Is that right? Is that why you're asking? I would pick Summer Splash instead. That's what I would do if you have it. So, and if you don't have that, it doesn't really matter. You can go with any color you like. I'm thinking, really, I mean, like you could even do Pretty Peacock if you wanted to. So, you know, you could, you know, move it up. I think a medium color probably looks the best. All right, so let me grab now my dies that match this. So this bundle is actually very, very good value because you get the masks and, well, you get the stamps, the dies, and the masks, all three in the bundle. You can get them separately. You can buy the masks as a separate thing, but I really like them all together. All right, so this is going to go right over here, and I'm going to cut these out with my cut and emboss machine. I'll tell you what else I like. I don't know if I've shown this. I think I may have showed this before. I love this one and can't wait to use it. Isn't that beautiful? Like some little deciduous trees, and this could be snow or grass. That is really nice. I really, really like it. I can have a lot of fun with that. You've had fun playing with this set. I know, Donna, it's fabulous. It really is. And there are lots of other things, like, you know, they're all like leaves, and this is for the oak tree, this one. Then there's the big Christmas tree, or the big, I should say, big pine tree and the small pine tree. And then you've even got this one would do, if you just wanted to make your tree out of dies, you've even got the trunk of the oak tree there as well. They're fantastic. Little birdies, aren't they good? So such a nice set. And I've just used, and it's got some nice greetings in here as well. So if you're looking for a really good set, it is not a Christmas set, okay? But you absolutely can use it for Christmas with those pine trees. So it's very versatile. And I would just, you know, change out these sentiments for Christmas sentiments if you want to make it a Christmas tree. Yeah, it's a good one, Suzanne. I'm glad you played with it. I know, it's just gorgeous. I know. It just, you have to see it used. Like, so, that's why they have demonstrators, right? I'm going to cut this tree out. So give me 1 second. I'm going to do this at my machine, which is over on the other table. And I'm actually considering cutting out both, which I certainly could do. But I'm only going to use one on the card. So this is our tree right here. And I'm going to cut the other one out while I'm here. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to cut the other one out. I'm having a thought. I'm thinking I will actually put this on a, oh, and I could have done it with this too. Huh. Now I'm having a small crisis. I want to put these on some, probably the Countryside Corners dies, which I absolutely love, and I use them all the time. They're so useful, and I know I got them out just before this video thinking I was going to use them, so where have I put them? That'll be the next question. Oh goodness. First loss of the night. Everyone's going to get a sip after this, right? You'll all be able to, huh, well, that's interesting. You know, when you get something out and go, right, that's it, I've got that out ready to go, and then you can't find it. Oh, found them. That's a big drink, isn't it? All right, so these are the ones I was thinking about using. I'm wondering if that's too small. Yes, that's too small. So the next size up is this one. I think that might be the right size. So originally I was thinking about doing this. I was going to put them on this. I still could do a piece of vanilla and then put my tree on it on dimensionals, and that would still look nice. What do you think? Which way shall we go? Shall we go with the tree on dimensionals on the piece, or will we just cut the tree out? Because both are going to look good. I guess until we see the final card, we're not going to know. These dies, Megan, these ones, these are the Countryside Corners dies that matched with the Countryside Corners, Countryside Blooms pop tree on dimensionals. Okay, all right, so in that case, I'm going to cut this and I'm going to pop this on there. Okay, so let's do that. Everyone's saying pop the tree. So we're going to pop the tree. Now that's going to allow us to do something else, which will be interesting, which will be nice. So I can just put this. The Countryside Corners dies are good because they are nested, and I really like nested dies, you know, like the deckled circles and, you know, lots of different ones that we have that all fit inside each other, okay? And because of that, that makes them very, very useful to do lots of different kinds of things. So they, as you can see, lots of different sizes there. They all go one inside the other. So these have been out for a little while, these ones. All right, so now that I've got this piece cut, I'm going to pop this on here. And we're going to pop our tree up. But I feel like it will look better on dimensionals because that'll create a little bit of shadow, which will make it look a little bit more interesting. But I'm thinking it might be nice to put a little bit of colour behind, and I'm probably going to want to use just a very light amount of my pecan pie for this. So I'm going to start behind start it up here where the tree branches are, and then I'm just going to come all over because we're going to notice it more down the bottom because the trunk is thin. So I just want to give it a bit of a background. And this is a great trick to do anytime you're going to pop something on dimensionals, is go around underneath it first with a bit of colour. Pick a colour out of your shape here, and you can see how nice that looks on that bit of colour. Can you see that? So I'm just going to add a little bit more, go a little wider up here because that's where our branches are. And then we're going to get our dimensionals, and we are going to put them behind our tree. So 1, 2, you don't need many, 3. And this down here, I'm thinking a mini dimensional just down here, because then you can't see that. How about that? I might put another one in there. When in doubt, add more. That's my theory. I'm taking the backs off. And I haven't decided yet where my greeting's going to go, but I'm not worried about that until the end. So let's pop this right here. So about the same, center it as best you can. So it's about the same from as it is from the bottom-ish. And that looks rather good. Liking that. What do we think? Do we like it? The background is pecan pie. Okay, so I made sure that there wasn't too much, and that's why I started behind here, so that if there was any blobs of like excess ink on here, any blobby bits would be behind here where you can't see them. And then as I moved down, you know, most of the ink was able to spread quite thinly and evenly. It wasn't all blobby that way. Blobby is the technical term. Sorry. All right, so that's pecan pie, this one here. Pecan pies, it's, to me, a very good replacement for soft suede. Do you remember soft suede? Soft suede was a bit darker, and I used to use it for antiquing things. This is similar, but it's softer and is good. You can do it for antiquing and so forth, but it's got a bit of like a caramel tone to it, or a coffee kind of a color. So, yeah, it's really, really nice. All right, so that's how this is looking. Now, I am thinking, all right, I'm going to put, this is pecan pie as well, so obviously that's the color of the moment. I'm going to cut this to my card front size. And we're going to 14.3 long, or 5 1/4 by 4 inches if you're in the US. All right, now I've also got some of this gorgeous vellum. This vellum is to die for. We love it. Right, and that's going to wind up here behind my, actually, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to actually cut a piece of vellum slightly bigger than here. Oh, and then I've also got, oh, let me see. I've got one more thing that I think would look really, really good. Let's see if it's here. This is, and we could color it, all right? Can everyone see this? This is wood grain paper, the wood grain textured paper that we have in the annual catalogue. Love it. And I'm thinking I could color it. Don't worry, it won't be white. We'll color it so it's and I actually did use this on a card I did a few weeks, maybe a few months ago now. Let me tell you, actually, if anyone's looking for it. One of my Technique Tuesday. Every Tuesday I do a technique. All right, and let me have a look very quickly, and I'm going to tell you when that was, because if you want to go back and see how I did it, I mean, I'm going to do it super fast and not really demonstrate the technique much today. But my technique, let me see. Okay, I did it on the 21st of May. It was called Using Ink Pads to Create Textured Backgrounds. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of that today, and I'll probably bring my blending brushes in and do it a little differently, so it won't be the same. But I did show how to use this textured paper with ink pads to create some really, really good effects. Now, what was I looking for? I was looking for something. Does anyone remember what it was? Because I can't. Oh, I know, the textured paper. Here we go. So if you go into specialty paper up here, you've got wood textured. It's on page 141. Wood textured paper 163770 is the code, and it's on page 100 if you want to find it. So if you want to see it in the catalogue, I find this index is absolutely invaluable for finding things in this catalogue. So become friends with the index. So here's our wood textured paper down here. It's 12 by 12. You get 2 sheets, $8.75 for 2 sheets. But you only tend to use it in smallish quantities, like you would make a card base out of it or something like that. So I was actually thinking I'm still gonna do something with this vellum, but I might do less with it than I originally intended. And I'm thinking I'm going to start by, let's use our pecan pie. I'm just going to use blending brushes over it this time. so I'm not going to do it like that other technique, but I'm just going to come in here and give this textured paper a bit of a go over. Okay, so then it brings out the texture more when you run over it with the blending brush. The wood grain DSP, there you go. Yeah, it's a really fun a fun textured paper to use. Really great for masculine cards. In fact, I don't think he'd be watching, but my dad's birthday card hasn't reached him yet and should get there hopefully tomorrow. But it was his birthday on Friday, and he was a builder his whole life, a carpenter, and so I made a cool card with with power tools and things, and I did it on one of these backgrounds. Now, you don't need to worry about the middle because that's where this piece is going to be in the middle, so we don't need to. Doesn't that look good? Look how nice that is. Now you can arc up and give it more color in certain places, and I'm going to do a second color, and I'm going to go up to early espresso, and so let's add some dark to the edges. So we want a couple of different colors kind of going on here. Don't worry if it looks a bit weird while we're doing it. When we can only see the edges of it behind the tree, it's going to look really good. All right, so I feel like I've got a couple of colors going on in there now. It's looking quite nice. All right, and then this is going to go in here on the top there. Can you see how that's looking? I'll bring it up so you can see it a bit more close. So it really does look like wood going on in the background there, which I love. I love that, right? All right, so I've got a piece of pecan pie here, and this piece, oh, I better clean this off. Oh, I forgot to wet my, I'm always doing this. I forget to wet my cleaning cloth that goes over the top here. I mean, it's okay. I can use paper towel and a bit of this, but really the cleaning cloth that you just add water to, that would be smarter if I did that. Just a paper towel. If you do have mist that goes with your scrub, it's really good for this too. All right, so let's turn this over. You can see it's completely plain. It's like it's plain on the back. You can very, very faint wood grain. You can hardly see it. But let's get this going. And let's pop this right here. You can see I didn't worry about the middle because I knew I was covering that up. That's why there's a big blob of white in there. And that's okay. You do not have to do snow. Yes, I have to wipe the masks down as well. Right, so this is going to go in here. Now, I've got a couple of choices. I was originally going to do another, like the next size up for Countryside Corners, and I was going to do it with this, but then we're going to see hardly any of our wood grain. So instead, how wide is this? Okay. Instead, I'm just going to do a piece that goes across the middle because I want to use this because it's so pretty. All right, I'm going to make it 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches, same thing, and it's 10 centimeters across, which is my card front size. So in the US, it would be 4 inches across. Right, so this is going to go behind here, and I'm just going to have a little bit of that. Actually, I've realized that goes to the pecan pie piece. I'm going to take 0.5 centimeter off and make it the same as the wood grain piece. Oh, what did I just drop? Sounded like dies hitting the floor. Yes, it was. That's okay. I just have to be careful if I let things fall on the floor and then forget to pick them up. Well, the nice thing about this, sorry, let me finish a thought. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. If things fall on the floor and I forget to pick them up and then I roll my chair over them, that's bad. So I try not to do that. I try and remember to pick them up as soon as I possibly can. Then the next thing I was all excited about to tell you was I wanted to say how fantastic this vellum is because you can't see adhesive behind it because of the printed gold foil on it. So that makes it really nice. All right, so I'm just going to pop that from one side to the other. You can really put it anywhere there in the middle. It can be right in the middle, a little bit lower, totally up to you. And if you want to make sure it's straight, use your grid that is on your grid paper, or in this case, the glass mat, and make sure that it starts and finishes on the same line from one side of the grid to the other, which it wasn't quite, so that's better. All right, so now I'm happier. This piece is going to go on here. How's this looking? What do we think? Do we like this? All right, I am going to put this on dimensionals because you kind of have to, right? Dimensionals are us. That should be me. Dimensionals are me because I can't stop using them. I just think they make your card look more professional. And I like that. Just one in the middle to stop it from sagging. Now, we still have to decide what we're doing about our sentiment. Clearly, now that I'm sticking this on with dimensionals, I'm not going to stick it straight down. Let's put this centered. So I'm going to stand up to try and get it right in the middle. There we go, like that. I know, it's a really nice set, Katrina. It's just beautiful. And if you do have it, you'll love it. It's really beautiful. All right. Now, I feel like probably because this is vanilla, I'll want a vanilla card base, which I'll need to go and grab because I don't have one here. Actually, I do have some handy, and I'll just turn around and cut that. But we still need to put our greeting on. So I'm thinking probably on the lower part of this might be nice, and probably on a banner of some kind. And I'm thinking we have got some really nice, like there's a nice thank you here, and this thinking of you and how you strengthen my life. That's nice too. Goes nicely with the tree theme. I'll have to use this tree for something else later. I'm not using it right now, but the thank you is nice, and I could use that. The other option would be with the changing leaves set. There's actually some really nice dies in those. Let me find them for you. So I could put like something across here if I wanted to do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just want to, because that's going to be too long. No, don't like it. I think this little guy is just perfect. But what would I say? In the Changing Leaves bundle, we have some nice little stamps that fit into these ones. Or if I do this one, I could go with, I wonder if that thank you would fit. Let's see. Might not. No, I think it's going to be just a little bit too long, I think. Well, it might. Oh, shall we give it a try? Let's see. Let's see. Because I'm using this one from the Changing Leaves has some nice greetings that will fit, definitely. Just get a small block. And I think we'll go with Early Espresso because that's the darkest color. And I like to do my sentiments in a darker color usually. So let's grab that. Where is it? It was right here a moment ago. Don't tell me I've lost it. Come on, guys. Aha, here it is. Yeah, I do like to do some cards occasionally with snow just because I live in Australia. When else am I going to be able to use cards with snow, right? So, and it's pretty. My husband obviously has quite, let's see if this fits. Only just. Should we try it? Or should I go with a longer one from the stitch shape dies? I mean, that would be okay as well. Let's see. I mean, the stitch shapes, I keep coming back to them because they're so usable. See, this one, it's actually probably too long. They do have a little short one, and I don't know whether that's going to fit or not. It might. Oh, it does. Look, that'll be the one. That's the one we want. So I'm going to use that one. So sorry, Changing Leaves die. I'm not going to use you this time. Let's see, where did they come from? Here. Put that one back. All right, let me cut that out. And then we're just about done, except of course we need some bling. That goes without saying. I need my take your pick tool because this keeps getting embedded because my my plate is so well loved. All right, let's get a couple of things sorted here because I've got stuff all over the place right now and starting to get myself, it's starting to get out of control, guys. Oh look, there's a tree. That's also this tree was the one we did the other week, the one with the pink with the snow. Remember that one? And I did another one for a class, and that's it. All right, countryside corners dies. Move those out of the way before I do have a disaster. Goodness me. All right. Now, the next question is, did anyone see what I did with the card? Really, seriously. I've got paper. Seriously, what did I do with it? Did I drop it? Okay, moving stuff. How could I have dropped it? Seriously, guys, they let anybody do this job. Unbelievable. Well, I've lost my card. I don't think I've done that before. Has anyone seen me do that previously? I don't think so. I think this is a first time for everything. And I can't even watch the video back because we're still in it. I've got my thank you. I've got my stamps. Is it? Oh, there it is. It's inside the stamps. Look, I folded it up and put it away. Oh my gosh. All right. Shall we try this then? I'm thinking about putting this here to one side. I think maybe not over the tree. What do you think? Over the tree? I don't think so. I think off to the side. Like this. I think that's the right spot. And I'm deciding whether to put on dimensionals or whether actually to put it flat. Maybe dimensionals. Let's do it. And for this one, I'm going to use mini dimension. I know the snow turned out nice, didn't it? Yeah, I kept it safe. Exactly. Thank you, Cherie. You make me feel better. Instead of, you know, I'm sure you guys must watch me sometimes and think, oh my gosh, he's, you know, what an idiot. Sometimes. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, so I'm popping that right there. Now he's going to need some bling, and I'm thinking we might use the bling from the iconic imagery set if I can locate it. It was here on my desk, so yeah, here it is. We used this the other night. These are really nice. Can you see how nice they are? They've got like a little zigzag drawing in them. Super nice. And I thought they will go perfect on here. Or I could also use gold metallic gems like these ones. These ones are actually copper, but I could use those. So either would look really, really good. No, never. Oh, good. Yes, there are still dies on the floor, Leslie. Oh, my gosh. Never mind. It is, like I said, it is what it is. I'm going to pop this here. I'm going to have one bigger one, and then I'm going to do a couple of small little guys over here. One up here, and then one up further towards the top. Like that. Now, here's the last question. Do we need some linen thread? Do we need to do a little linen thread bow to pop on here? Because that might look nice. Or do you think it's enough just as it is? All right, I did say I'd tell you about my wonderful weekend, didn't I? While I'm deciding here. I think that might look quite nice down here. Thanks, Suzanne. Please don't tell. I've got to. People think I'm organized, and then they come here and learn otherwise. I am not, but it just proves you don't have to be organized to actually do something, right? To do something with this. Now I could put it on there, or I could pop it over here to one side. I don't know. Does it even need that? What do we think? I like the color. The color is good, but I don't know whether it's needed. No thread. Okay. All right. As is. Why not, said Donna. I know, that's my theory. Why not? Yes, she did, Sheila. Thank you for asking. She arrived with her dad yesterday. It just, everything went really smoothly, and I'm just so grateful for that. Oh, look what I've got. A pre-cut. Oh my gosh, a pre-cut vanilla piece. I didn't even know I had that. So there's something that's gone in my favor. It went really well. He had hired a truck to help her move from Sydney up to here. And my husband still can't lift anything, so he wasn't able to do anything. But actually, she didn't have all that much stuff. And we got it done in really quick time. It just, yeah, went great. And then since then, she's been settling in. She's got her room all set up. Actually, her room now is the nicest looking room in the house. She's, come on, Tombo. Why do I always pick up the empty ones? All right. So yeah, it's gone really, really great. And then this afternoon, she needed a few things from the store, so I took her to the shopping mall, and we picked up a few things that she needed, and just got her sorted out. She renewed her license and actually drove the car, so that we know that she can do that if needed. There we go. It's done. I'm going to call that a finished card. What do you think? Do we like it? Spontaneous. Yes, thank you. I like the sound of that. That sounds like, it sounds adventurous and fun, doesn't it? You think it looks good without the thread? Good. Okay. That's a good idea. Something that has a magnet. Yep. I tell you what, the Stamper Artist magnets were really good for finding dies, for picking dies up off the floor. Really, really good for that. But you know what, Leslie? Just to make you happy, I'm just picking up the dies. They're now not on the floor. They're over on the table. So they're not on the floor anymore, so I can't run over them with my chair. All right. You know what? I was a little bit apprehensive, Jody, but it's actually, I think it's going to be great. Yeah, I'm very, very excited. Where's my magnetic bowl? It's over there. Over there. Is it used? Yes, it's full of other things. It needs to be emptied and used for dies, which is what it's for. All right, let's do another quick card. Let's do something quick and easy and fun. I'm deciding what that should be. I think I have a love affair with foil, and I'm thinking I'm going to do something with our beautiful. Is everyone happy for me to use changing leaves again? Or has anyone got something that they want to see instead? Has anyone actually got an idea of something they'd like to see? Because otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and use the changing leaves. And I'm just going to, I love embossed foil. So I'm going to emboss this foil with the changing leaves embossing folder and show you how beautiful it is. So this is just plain gold. This was called Mirror Card. Okay. There you go. Mirror Card, foil, same thing, right? What do I do with all the cards I make? I have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of cards, Megan. Sometimes I've got up to thousands and thousands of them. But I do send cards out to people. You know, if I have to send out something, I will pop it in the mail with a card. I will also occasionally, we have a girl in our team who does drives for Cessnock Correctional Centres, because the inmates, particularly Mother's Day, but Mother's Day and Christmas, and birthdays and things like that. They don't have access to cards, and so we donate to them, and they're very, very gratefully received. So that's really cool. What else do we do? I've donated them to some retirement villages around here. Once again, they can't get out to buy cards, so that's also very much agreed. Using the tree dies with the snow or grass. Oh, that's a nice idea. The snow or grass. I'm thinking whatever the majority would like, says Nairi. Well, that's very diplomatic. Right. Okay. Now I'm just reading through. You were hoping I would emboss the foil. All right. Well, let's do that. Shall we? So this is actually this gorgeous embossing folder, and I'm not going to use it with the matching dies. So we're not going to emboss and cut out at the same time. It cuts out these 3 particular leaves. Instead, I'm just going to emboss it, and we're just going to have a beautiful embossed piece of foil. Now I'm going to bring my machine in, and I'm going to come back out because I want to show you the sandwich for anyone who hasn't seen it before. So when we are doing 3D embossing folders, which this is, you need to get rid of all your plates except for the base plate. All right, you don't use any of the clear plates at all, and we put that on there, and then we put our embossing folder with the foil inside on top of that. All right, and then I go looking for my specialty plate and hope it's in the right place, which it is. Number 4. Okay, I'm very proud of myself when I put this back where it belongs, because this is one of the things that often goes missing. And I'm going to wind that through. So it's just base plate and specialty plate with your embossing folder paper in the middle. That's it. It's actually a very easy sandwich. Okay, and when I open this up, we get to see how beautiful this is, because it is absolutely stunning. All right, I mean, you can't go past a piece of foil that's embossed. Now, this is just good old gold, but we also have some metallic textured paper, and I've been using that a lot lately. I used it because I love the copper. I've got some pieces of the copper left out. You can see I was using the copper. I mean, it's so beautiful. The copper, and I cut a couple of the leaves out for a card. It was actually a card I made at a class. And some of you have seen this card before, actually. You might know which one it is. But you can see how beautiful that. And in the pack of the textured paper, you have a sheet of gold, a sheet of copper, and a sheet of silver. But it's not really, it's more like a dark bluey silver. Like a, what would you call it? Like gunmetal kind of color. Beautiful. Don't lose the tree die under the glass mat. Have I got a tree die? Oh, this one. This one. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'll put it with the other ones. Where would I be without you guys? I need your help. Seriously, I need help generally. But anyway, that's another story. All right. Okay. Where did I just put my... Oh, gosh. I'm having one of those nights, people. All right. So I'm thinking this is really pretty, and I want to put it with... I'm going to keep it very simple, but I'm deciding what color to put underneath. So if I was to put this on a card front, we have a few choices. We can put it on just white, and that would look really beautiful. So, you know, I mean, white and gold always look good, right? Or we could do crumb cake. We could do black, although black is obviously high drama. That's very dramatic. Crumb cake is nice. So let's have a look at that. I should see how that looks. So that's nice. And then, like I said, you could also do black. Just grabbing some black out of my scrap drawer. So lots and lots of different ones. Oh, navy. That's a nice idea. Copper clay sounds nice. I like that idea, Sheila. Black, says Jody. Of course you did. Oh, beige. That would be interesting. I know, isn't it gorgeous? Vicky's saying black. Megan's saying black. Ooh, we have a few black lovers here. Now, if I do this, obviously I'm not going to make my card base out of black. I would just have a black, and it would just be like a frame around this. And that would be very dramatic and really lovely. Be very nice, actually. I could then put that on a white card base if I choose, like so. We have lots of options, guys. There's no right or wrong to this, but just that gold foil piece is so beautiful just the way it is. I love it. Love it. All right. Let's go with the most popular idea. Copper clay, Sheila, your idea. That was also really nice. And let me just grab it to show what that would look like. So this is copper clay. And this is how that would look on the copper clay. So it's quite autumny, don't you think? Very autumny. Copper clay is nice. It's not as bright as Cajun Craze, but it's yeah, it's a real autumny kind of a color. So that's also really nice. Green and gold for Australia. Ooh, that's a few weeks. When is the Olympics? They're coming up, aren't they? Does anyone know what day they start? All right. Yes, it does make the gold pop. So I'm going to go with, let me just make sure this is the right size. It's 14.3 by 10 is my basic card front. Or 4 by 5 1/4 for the US girls. And then we're going to have this in the middle here. I'm not even going to put a mat behind it or anything. I'm just going to pop this on some dimensionals. So one of the things about having my daughter move back in, this means now she's working in the city, in Sydney, and that means she has to commute to Sydney because we have trains that run here on the coast down to Sydney. Actually, I'm going to put that over the side. And it takes about 90 minutes or just over to get to the city on the train, once you get on the train. So what that means is she needs to leave very early. She's got to be on either a 6:37 or a 6:52 train to get to work on time. And that means that either my hubby or we're hoping she'll be able to take the car and drive herself, and then he dropped me at where the car is when he's on his way to work a bit later, about 8:30. But on Monday mornings, he leaves early. He goes early on a Monday morning and leaves here at 6:30. So guess who's taking her to the train station tomorrow? Not me. Yay. So that's going to be good. But yeah, it's going to be an adjustment, but I'm very excited about it. I was very excited about the fact that I cooked a meal last night and a meal tonight that everybody loved and ate. That was very exciting, and that might not sound very, very exciting to anybody else, but I can't tell you how many times when my kids were growing up, nobody wanted to eat what I was serving, and it was very sad. You commuted to Gosford for 2.5 years. There you go. The 5 a.m. I'm at, and it's crowded too. If you catch a train at 5 a.m., it's crowded. There's so many people on the train at that time of day commuting down to Sydney. All right. Oh, what? Oh, okay. So that's not far away. The 26th of July. 12 days. Who's counting? Solvega's counting down. So there we go. Wow. Yep. All right. So I'm going to pop this together, and then we're going to put a greeting on it, and we're going to call this almost. We're going to. Here's that silly. I've picked up the wrong Tombow again. That one needs probably to go in the bin. I think it's too empty. I go through a lot of Tombow. Can anyone relate? I find it very useful. And you know what? The other place where people buy Tombow around here is a shop here called Spotlight. And I'm sure around Australia everyone's familiar with Spotlight. It's kind of like our big craft store. And it's more expensive at Spotlight than it is with Stampin' Up. So if you're looking for well-priced multi-purpose glue, Tombow, you're better off getting it from us. 2 days after the Zoom class. Oh, Tanya, you've got it all worked out. Oh, hello, Jamie. You're late tonight, but we don't care. That's lovely to see you. Oh, I'm glad you like it. It is very striking because the girls chose the gold to go on a black background, and that's why it's striking. It makes it pop. Now, normally I would probably put on a white circle, and I'm just deciding whether I actually want to. Do I want to do a circle? Probably a circle. I think the circle is going to be the right thing. And so let me grab my stylish shape styles again. Oh no, the Changing Leaves has a circle. Changing Leaves. I'm going to do that circle. That'll be good. And we'll do it because I've got white under here. I'm going to do it in white. So let me find a white piece of card. Here we go. Here's some. Actually, is that thick? That might be thick. I just want plain white. I don't actually want the thick. That's probably not big enough. Is that big enough? Oh, we might make it. I think we will. Let's hope. Let's see if I can cut this out of this little tiny weeny piece of paper. It's just right on the edge of too small, but I think we're going to make it. I like a challenge, you know. Look at that. It's perfect. Look, you cut it. So it actually cut it in half, but it's perfect. Look at that. We've got a circle. So this is from the Changing Leaves dies. It has this nice circle. All right. So if I was going to do this, okay, I would pop this on here and then we would put our greeting on. And for tonight, that's probably better. Although it probably would have looked, now I'm looking at it going, it would have looked better in black. Have we got time? Who needs me to finish up? I know, really cutting it fine. I know, right? Like I said, I like a challenge. I think a black circle would look better. And Jodie's already suggested that, I see. So I think let's do that. Let's do black. And then we're going to have to emboss it to do black. But that's okay. I'm going to quickly cut that again. And it does mean it'll take us an extra couple of minutes because we've got to emboss it, but I think it'll be worth it. I think the drama of the black sometimes is worth the effort of embossing. Now I've got my white embossing powder and I've got my embossing buddy. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy. And let's put this circle away before I lose it. All right. And then I'm going to use my Versamark. And I'm going to use, the question will be, what would be the right sentiment with this? The one that matches from the Changing Leaves bundle is this one that says I couldn't have done it without you. So I think I'll use that because it's a really good size to fit on this circle. I mean, that is by design. It's meant to go on this circle. Let's ink up our Versamark and stamp. And you can see it because of the white of the powder. So you can see it on there. Put the lid on. All right, now I'm going to grab my circle. I'm going to pop it. Trying to pick it up carefully. Should be using tweezers. Pop it in the middle of my embossing additions kit. This is fantastic. If you're looking for a way of not making a mess when you emboss, then this is your friend. It's a wonderful thing. Judy is the one that used to pop in here and tell us how wonderful this was. But I haven't seen Judy for a while. I must give her a buzz and see how she's going. All right. Now, this has gone actually really well, except there's one little tiny stray bit. Now, I've got my tweezers and I can probably just use those. The other thing that is really great for getting rid of stray bits of powder when you do this is the putty end of the Take Your Pick tool. That works really, really well. All right, so I'm actually going to empty this back into my tub before I do anything else. This is what I mean about it being a great way of not ending up with a mess. It's really good for cleaning up this because there's nothing worse that, you know, you emboss and you've got powder all over the table and all the places that you don't want things to be. So yeah, it's a really great little tool. Like I said, everything that you see me using, everything is available for sale. And I will have a shopping link for you as soon as this video is over. I will have a shopping link below the YouTube video, and you're welcome to purchase anything that you would like. All right, let me get this on here. I'm going to pop this right here, and we're going to emboss it. The glass mat is heat resistant, the glass mat that we're doing everything on. So if you want to emboss on it, it's a really good surface for that. Now you should see this start to get whiter. Can you see it starting to turn? All right, it's well and truly done. Okay. What do you think? Do we like it? Now you still got it. It's looking a bit chalky, and on black this tends to happen. I don't mind that chalky look. It looks like chalkboard, which is rather nice. But the reason why is because we use the embossing buddy over the black, and that gives us that chalky look. If you don't like that, you can wipe over it with a very, very, very slightly damp cloth. That will actually get rid of that. Let me just, even going over it with a bit of paper towel will clean that off a bit, make it look less chalky. But I don't mind the chalky look. I think it's kind of effective. All right, I'm going to pop this right here at the side, and we're going to pop it on dimensionals, of course. Awesome. I really want to get myself a magnet, some magnet sheets for my dies. I've been looking at them for ages and I just haven't got around to getting them. But eventually, one of these days I will do that. All right, it's coming together. Now, normally, in the past, I would have used our gorgeous black matte dots to put embellishments on this. That's ever so slightly crooked. Sorry, I have to straighten it up. That's better. No, now it's crooked the other way. Oh, gosh. This is what happens when you're a perfectionist. All right, that looks good. Remember that bow that we didn't use last time? That might look rather good this time. What do you think? Yeah, I think I will use that. I'll cut the tails a little shorter though. And let me grab some glue dots. I know, but we don't have black dots anymore. They're retired. We don't have them. So I would have thought that they would be good, but I'm sure there's something else that we can use. I think gold will get lost, so I don't want to use gold. And it's very shiny. So what are we going to have? Shall I look at my book and we'll see what's available? I mean, we've got these guys, but I feel like, I mean, the pecan pie is not terrible, actually, with the gold. I don't think the white is right. What else have we got? I've got lots of different things in here. So we have these little, I think they're meant to be lemon lolly, but they look gold as well. Those are rather nice. And then we've got the white ones. Those are nice. We've also got, oh, these are new, enamel effects. Ooh, yes, we could do enamel effects. We've also got these little white berries. White would look interesting on there. So would these white opals. And we've got, these aren't right, but those little iridescent ones. Awesome pearls. What else do we have? These are nice. They're not out yet. These are coming. These are going to be available in the mini. The mini catalogue will be out in September for customers and in August for demonstrators. So those actually look quite nice. They would look really good. They're going to be part of the Winterly Treetops suite. Absolutely gorgeous. So look out for those when it gets a bit closer. Ooh, we've got the textured dots. Those are nice. Those would not be bad. They're a possibility. I'm going to keep those out. So at the moment, we've got the pecan pie and we've got the textured dots. We also have some white sequins, both here and here. And then we have the gold, but I think the gold's going to get lost, of the metallic. I don't want to use snowflakes. And that's it in there. What's Jody saying that everyone's agreeing with? Color white ones. I could. What color though? You want me to color them? Because I can't. I think I could use the black blends, but I think they would come out grey. Textured dots. I know they might be the go. Well, if they're not selling big time, they're going to retire them. And you know what? They will come back at some point. I think it's like vellum. It's something that we're going to carry again in the future, right? So. Even though I'm not getting rid of my vellum, because I know that at some point there's a good chance it will come back. So let's have a look at these. Oh, these look good, guys. This is a good choice. So I'm going to do a little one. I really like these. I think these are really lovely. They're like brassy, like bronze. That's kind of what they're like. There we go. What do we think? And they do stand out. They don't get lost in there, whereas I think the gold ones would have got lost. Can you see them? They've got like that little texture to them. See that? They're really nice. Yeah, vellum I would have thought was in there for that, Donna. Things that should never be retired, but I guess it hasn't been selling for a while. I mean, like I said to a friend of mine when she was very upset about the fact that vellum got retired, as was I. And then I said to her, when was the last time you sold a pack of vellum? And she went, oh, good point. It's been like years since I sold a pack of vellum. So why would they carry it if it doesn't get, if it's not selling? So there we go. Yeah, it did photograph clearly. I know. Looks good. All right, so there we go. We have 2 cards. These are tonight's. Very different, but they kind of go together. I kind of like them. What do we think? Do we have a favorite? Which is tonight's favorite card? I love hearing at the end. We do a little vote to see which was the favorite card. And exactly, they do always bring something new that we love. And I'm certainly not struggling to find things to use. I mean, it took me a while to choose what I wanted to use, but I'm not struggling. We still have plenty. See, some people like the last one, like Glenda, and then some people like the first one, the tree. Thank you, Sheila. Sheila's being very complimentary. I'm glad you like them. So, yeah, I just think that these earthy kind of golds and earthy colors go together really, really nicely, and it gives you something, I don't know, a little bit special, I think. You're very, very welcome, guys. No trainer. No trainer? What do you mean? Sorry, I don't understand. Yes, both would be suitable for masculine. I didn't really think about that, but yeah. I'm a big embossing fan too. You know, you got a bland old basic piece of paper, although foil, you would never call that bland, but a piece of paper that starts out just being nothing and then all of a sudden it turns into something amazing by just embossing it. It's fantastic. All right, so here we go. Here I am. All right, guys. So thank you so much for spending time and watching me lose everything tonight. It was one of those nights that everything kind of went, but that's okay. We still had fun. We still ended up with some nice cards. I'm really happy with those. I'll be back on Tuesday for those of you who like to watch along with Technique Tuesday. If you're a team member, we have our team live tomorrow morning at 10, which I'm looking forward to. And I just hope that everyone has a fantastic week ahead. Middle of July, but we are so it's the middle of winter, but I don't know, the days are already, has anyone noticed? Days are already starting to get longer. I noticed it's not dark at 5 o'clock anymore. So it's starting, it's past the middle and it's on its way back to spring. So that's pretty exciting. All right. See you very soon. Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. Bye.